Hello, people of YouTube. My name is Steve Gray, and thank you for watching. If you want to get straight to the review, skip ahead to about probably the 1.5 minute mark. I need to vent here for a brief moment of time, and you'll probably hear more about this when I do my guitar video tomorrow. So I just spent the last hour trying to set up my Gibson Les Paul. It's a studio model, if you're familiar with Gibson Les Paul, so more on the cheaper end of things. And I keep hearing buzz and buzz and buzz. I'm setting everything up perfectly, measuring everything out correctly, and little behold, I realized it's okay to have some buzz. You just gotta plug it in and make sure you're not hearing buzz through the amp, because who the heck cares if you're playing it acoustically and there's a little bit of buzz while you're playing it acoustically or practicing. It only really matters if you're hearing buzzing through the amp. Then you got a problem. So I just feel like I just wasted an hour of my time. I measured the neck relief, measured the action, did the string height, did everything beautifully, used all of my different new tools that I bought, and I was still getting buzzing. And then I realized, who cares? It doesn't really matter. I mean, yes, it's probably going to bug me a little bit because I don't like to hear any buzzing at all. But at the same time, if I want the action low, if I want the playability good, then I just have to leave it alone and plug it into an amp, because I won't hear the buzzing when I'm plugging it into the amp. All right, so let's get into the actual Jujutsu Kaisen Season 1, Episode 22 review. This is kind of starting, well, it is actually starting, a new arc. We have a new character, Akira Nita, and she seems like a decent girl, probably college level. We don't really know a whole lot about her yet. She's kind of like the same status as Nanemi, where she is technically a Jujutsu sorcerer, but we don't know if she has any powers, most likely. And she's actually driving Itadori and Fujiguro and Kujisaki, driving all of them around to their next destination on their next mission to try to kill a evil spirit. In the beginning of this, before we kind of get introduced to her, Miss Nita, I'm just going to say Nita. That's the best way to say your name. I usually do last names for everything. That's typically how they do it in Japan, anyway, to my knowledge. Sometimes it goes both ways, but usually you go with the last name first. But we get to see this like demon thing killing a bunch of people, and we get to hear that, it stalks its prey for 2 weeks, and then it kills them. The door is always unlocked, and we learn it has something to do with a suicide bridge in Japan. I don't know if this is a real bridge or not. I'm guessing it is, but it's a bridge where a lot of people unfortunately commit suicide. If you do have suicidal thoughts, please get help. Call the suicide hotline. It's nothing to mess around with. Moving on from that point, so they go to this bridge and investigate that all of these kids, do it as a dare. It's a rite of passage in middle school. You bungee jump off of the bridge at night, and then, you got your courage, you're a hero, things along those lines. And we learn that the spirit has some sort of linear domain, meaning it's not a complete domain, but it's still some sort of domain, under the bridge itself, and is killing anybody that it recognized that jumped off the bridge and went into its linear domain, tracks them down and kills them. And the thing with Fujigiri is he is concerned because his sister is one of the ones that did that. And then we also learn about this woman that because we actually went to Fujigiri's middle school, which was kind of interesting. We finally get to learn some about his background, because he kind of keeps to himself, doesn't really say a whole lot about himself, unlike Itadori, unlike Kujisaki. And we learn that he went to this middle school. We get some unnamed characters that show up as well. They're literally just called A and B. They're kind of punks around the area. We talk to a janitor that he is familiar with, and we learn that his sister is kind of similar to actually Tsukasa's sister in Dr. Stone, where she's bedridden, kind of brain dead. We don't know the full story of how she got there, but we know that she's stuck in the hospital, unable to move. So she would be very easy prey for this evil spirit, this cursed spirit. And his plan is to just go kill it. And we learn it is more powerful than we think. It is most likely a special grade. And he tries to, get Itadori and Kujisaki to go away. And they just sneak behind him. They're like, no. He was like, dude, they're both like, look, you're our friend. We want to help you with this situation. We are going to kill this cursed spirit and stop it from killing anybody else, because there's one woman that we already know is after. She has approximately 1 week to live, so they have 1 week to kill the spirit, but we do not know when the evil spirit plans to go after Fujigiro's sister. So that freaks him out, and they want to go kind of kill that curse immediately. And I think it's going to be interesting to see, because it is most likely a lower special grade, or possibly a grade 1. We don't know the exact grade of it. We do actually end up finding out that there are not one, but 2 cursed spirits. There's this one creepy mole-looking thing where it just bounces around. And then the other one reminds me of Demon Slayer, the the demon that ate a bunch of students trying to become demon slayers, and it just looks like it has like a giant mouth on its stomach. It's kind of like Ghostbusters Ghost a little bit too. Just a giant kind of like weird morphed thingy is the best way to describe it. Meanwhile, while all of this is happening, that we kind of end with them about to fight these special grades, and I think they're all technically grade 1. I'm guessing they're either grade 2 or grade 1. We don't know what grades all of them were given. I don't know if we'll ever know, but I'm guessing I don't know if it's going to be grade 1, because I don't know if Itadori is on Toto's level 100% yet. He's close, but I think he's a little bit underneath him. So it might be like a grade 2.5, or a grade like 1.5 or something. I don't think it's going to be a full grade 1 yet. I'm hoping they actually kind of break it down after the event and say who is what grade, but I don't know if we'll get there. So Mahito, we see captured a bunch of cursed spirits, and we learn that certain special grade spirits cannot be killed. So what they do is they suck all of the cursed energy out of them and kind of seal them away, so there's nothing they can do. And they have 3 cursed spirits, and then they have all the Sukuna fingers that Jujutsu High School had as well. So they have this guy, we don't know who he is, pinned to a wall. Mahito does, and he crams one of these cursed spirits into the thing's body for it to take over his body. So I'm sure that is going to play a part at some point next episode. We'll see how easily they kill these maybe special grade or possibly grade 1 cursed spirit that's hiding under the bridge. But they're doing some interesting things, needless to say. I'm actually going to pull up the character sheet right now of Itadori and see if it tells me what his grade is. No, we got height, weight, hair color, eye color, status, occupation. Episode 1. Yeah, it doesn't look like they actually give us a grading system, at least not at this point, on the characters. I mean, we know that Toto at one is, like he's basically the highest grade minus special grade, and he's getting more powerful. Itadori wants to get to that point too, get more and more powerful, and I'm sure all of them are very strong. We've seen the brute of their powers, but with only 2 episodes left, I think what's really going to end up happening is it's just going to be a setup for the next season. Can 100% guarantee you we are getting a season 2. I'm 99.9% positive we're only getting 24 episodes, so sorry to disappoint you if you're looking for more. I am looking for more, but it had to end eventually, and we're definitely in the downward slope. After the school exchange event, after all that craziness went down, Itadori got stronger. They're going to be able to go on, more risky missions, go after higher grade spirits. And then we got to figure out what Mahito and Jogo and that whole gang, Hanemi and everybody else there, we got to figure out what the heck they are planning on doing with all of Sukuna's fingers. I think we're probably going to get left at a giant cliffhanger. Everybody's going to get really angry, and we're probably going to have to wait another 6 months to a year before we get a season 2. I'm going to rate this episode like a 7 out of 10. That feels about right. Wasn't super great, wasn't bad by any means, but it was just kind of meh. I was coming off of a high. We got left off on a giant high, and then we're kind of back down low again. But I'm sure and almost positive that we are going to get some decent action next episode. I'm going to see some fighting. I do enjoy the fighting. And I'm also looking forward to watching the next 2 episodes in season 2. And maybe I may read the manga, because I just really, really like Jujutsu Kaisen. Out of the 5 shows that I'm reviewing right now, this is probably my favorite out of the 5. You got Re:Zero, you got The Promised Neverland, you got Dr. Stone, Re:Zero, Promised Neverland, Dr. Stone, Yashahime, Jujutsu Kaisen. Yeah. So this is probably my favorite out of the 5 currently. And then we're going to get My Hero Academia in a couple of weeks, so look out for that. You're going to get Final Spaces coming back in a couple weeks for Season 3. And then bada bing, bada boom, we'll be good to go. So if you like this video, hit that subscribe button, turn on that notification bell, leave a like, feel free to comment down below what you'd like me to do for future anime and cartoon related videos. I'm hoping I can do something, maybe some random fun videos or just some theories about characters or something, because I like doing the reviews, but at the same time, I like doing other stuff too. But I took on more than I can chew. Let's put it that way. I'm not going to be putting out more than 5 videos a week. I'm looking forward to it calming down a little bit. And then maybe if I'm only doing 2 to 3 videos a week, then I can throw in one of those fun videos here and there as well. Let me know what you think yet again in the comments down below. Thank you for watching. And as always, have a good one.